Hi, Sagittarius. Hopefully you're doing well. This is Cindy from Quantum Kaleidoscope. It's been a little while since I've done a Sagittarius reading, so I'm gonna jump right in and see what's going on for, the rest of the month. What can you anticipate over the next couple of weeks or so, and kind of do like a mid-month check-in. Like all readings, they are timeless. So if you're not watching this in August, there's still likely a message that will resonate for you, or maybe something will help you along the line or down the road. Okay, so what messages do we have for Sagittarius today? What will help them stay in the highest vibration? Ooh, we've got the Hierophant here, and on their truest path. Okay, so we got the Hierophant as well as the Knight of Wands. Be drawn to like shuffle this way. Okay, so you might be really inspired to do something that's like on a spiritual basis. Okay, and what we have here, we have the Child, okay, which is the Fool in traditional tarot, okay, with this patch tarot. Okay, so there's a new beginning. Okay, probably from some kind of conflict. Okay, some kind of competing opinions, competition, but I mean, this is about doing what is right. Okay, and being inspired to do it. Okay, so let's do this again. So those are some of the messages that popped out. Let's see if anything comes out again. Okay, so what do we have under the deck? Okay, we have the Princess of Wands, so the Page of Wands. So yeah, there's a lot of fire energy, which is just, you are a fire sign. So, how have you been feeling? Have you been feeling inspired? Like you can kind of see, the patch there, right? Like it's just the fire is, taking her, like into the air and just kind of like, I'm jumping for it, and having fun with it. Okay, so this could be, a period of a lot of fun. It can be about communication, especially if there's been any kind of, conflict or competing views or projects that you've had to work on. Okay, the Hierophant is about responsibility as well. Okay, so you are showing up, okay, right now as the Four of Pentacles. Okay, so that is about stability. Okay, it is about protection. Okay, it is about, on the negative, it can be about like hoarding, but I mean, it is about, building up your resources. Okay, so I mean, if you've been protecting yourself, kind of keeping yourself in between these, the four walls, and it's like, okay, if you look outside, there's some green grass and things that are growing, so I mean, you can't really, you know, like, yeah, you can have fun inside, of course, but I mean, this is kind of more like standing your ground, getting your stability, protecting your resources and everything like that. But then with the Page of Wands, okay, this is telling you to kind of get outside your comfort zone. It's like, the downside of the Four of Pentacles, right? I mean, again, we all need that point where we need to, stabilize ourselves and ground ourselves. Okay, this is a grounding energy. Okay, this is, fourth house energy, right? So you could be doing a lot with your home as well, okay, about your resources. But I mean, the challenge or, the negative part is stagnancy. Okay, it's like it doesn't, change can't happen if you're just kind of like, if this is money, for example, again, this could be resources, it's time, okay, it's energy, it's like it needs to kind of flow in order to come back, and so if you hold on too tightly, there is a risk of loss, okay? But either way, this is about, stability, okay? But I mean, it is suggesting to have, a little fun, okay? And what's brought you to this point? Seven of Swords. Ouch. Okay, I'm gonna look, where is this bringing you? Hermit. Okay. So this is interesting. So, I mean, the Seven of Swords. This is lying. This is deceit. This is kind of being, felt that you're, pushed up against a corner, backed up against a corner, where it just feels like it was you against the world, and so like, of course it makes sense, if it was, there was a lot of deceit, conflict, fighting, it does make sense that you're at a point where there's like, of protection. Okay, and I said that at 444, within this reading. So there is divine protection, angel protection within this, okay? With the Seven of Swords, this is, ultimately, very spiritual as well. you know, like, again, we all need, you know, come to this point where we need to decide, you know, like what we do with information, you know, like especially if it, you know, seems like, you know, it's one against the world or whatever kind of thing, you know, but this is, you know, divine inspiration, and then you've been protected during this point. You are still protected, okay? And what this is leading you to is, you know, wisdom. Okay. Again, Hierophant does represent our institutions. You know, it does represent, you know, our governments. It represents our morals, and it represents spirituality in general, kind of thing, you know, and then leading to the Hermit. Okay. So this is the major arcana, what we have here. So, you know, towards the end of the month, as we move into the next month, okay, you're going to get a lot of wisdom through this, you know, Seven of Swords. Okay, you might even have a whole new perspective, okay, about what was the need of this protection, or what the need of was like, or the reason for, you know, holding back, okay? Because I mean, yes, Seven of Swords, if Seven of Swords has been happening, okay, like, was this you? Okay, were you lying to somebody else? Were you lying to yourself? Or was this other people, you know, strategizing against you? Okay, lying, deceit, cheating, you know, like, okay, but I mean, if there's no more, there really isn't a need for protection or holding back anymore, okay? Because I mean, this is telling you to get out of your comfort zone. Okay, we have, okay, there's the Hierophant right under this, okay? So some of you could be dealing with like a Taurus as well, you know, but I mean, it's like with this new found inspiration, okay, you might need to communicate something, you know, you might need to pass on a message, you know, about this new wisdom, okay? What did you find out from the Seven of Swords? Okay, what have you been holding back? Okay, this can be information, okay, that you're holding back that you might need to give somebody a new perspective, okay? You know, like, I mean, is there somebody, you know, that you need to tell that's just kind of hanging out in the forest, looking for inspiration, you know, looking for outside influences, you know, or is this kind of you needing to shine your light, okay, no matter the naysayers? Okay, this is a solo journey. This is one that, you know, probably was long and painful, okay? You know, and again, it's made probably a bit of feeling uncomfortable and shaky, okay? But you're gaining so much wisdom from this, okay? And if not, you might need to, you know, this could suggest, you know, speaking to somebody, you know, for wisdom, for guidance, you know, about this kind of deceit, you know, like, I mean, this can definitely represent someone trying to steal your belongings, for example, and you having to protect yourself, for example, okay? But there is wisdom within this, okay? This was for your spiritual growth, okay? You know, but it is time to, you know, take a risk. Okay, you know, it's like this is enthusiasm. Okay, there probably isn't need to like protect anymore. Okay. What kind of takeaway message? You know, like the protection is always needed, but only for a certain point of time. Yeah. What's the takeaway message that we have for Sagittarius today that'll help them throughout the rest of the month? That too. We have the Tower and the Five of Swords, okay? So if there was conflict, yes, there was definitely conflict, okay? You know, some of you, like, I mean, again, if this was based on a team environment, you know, it's like you had to hold back, you know, maybe your ideas, you know, like your communications and all that kind of stuff, you know, and it might mean that you need to go solo, you know, moving forward. It's like you can't trust these people anymore, for example, okay? But the Tower is coming in to end this conflict. Okay, you know, it's like it could be, you know, like maybe the information that you might have, you know, that you're holding back on, okay, can really, you know, blow things up, okay? But with the Tower, it's meant to happen, okay, so that new things can build. It meant that this structure was never built the right way originally, okay? So it's like time to, you know, if we have the Hierophant, okay, and then we have a Page of Pentacles here too, so we have two pages, you know, so for some of you, this can be, you know, dealing with children as well, okay, you know, but I mean, this is some kind of information, kind of structure. It's time to end the conflict, okay, it's time to end the selfishness, okay? There's a lot of selfishness within the Seven of Swords, okay? but a lot of strategy. There must have been a reason why you were holding back, okay? But now you have wisdom and you need to shine your light, okay? What is this epiphany? What structures need to be broken down, okay, so this conflict can end once and for all, okay? These are harsh words, these are selfishness, people have been stabbed in the back, okay? But you have learned a lot, okay? So you should be very proud of what you've been through, okay? And again, if you've felt like you haven't been as stable as you could, okay? It's just like, this is going to change. You're not going to be feeling this deceit much longer, okay? It is blowing up, okay? And it's time to put yourself first. It's time to get that divine wisdom, okay, and share it with the world if you need to, okay? This is a solo journey, but the hermit does follow the path, and then people join or they don't, but this path must be followed, okay, in order for your evolution. So hopefully that was helpful. Feel free to drop a comment and let me know how this resonates. And yeah, if you haven't subscribed yet, I would love to have you as a subscriber. And so yeah, thank you so much and have a great rest of your month. Take care.